Wala pa katapos. I already checked your your quiz. Si Sophia hindi pa sure. Hindi pa sure sa i-answer. Can you guys see my okay? Wait. And mic test. Guys, can you hear me now? Can you see my screen? I think isa naman lang yung hindi pa tapos, si Edgar.
Yes, sir. Kita, sir.
Kita, sir.
Okay. Si Sophia hindi pa sure sa answer niya. Nag-alangan pa. Sige, so we'll proceed with our discussion. And today's topic will be technopreneurs and the technology evolution. So we will be discussing some kinds of technology that evolves. And we will look back again, what is technopreneur, what is technology, or technopreneurs, entrepreneurs. Okay. So entrepreneurship is a process, and the entrepreneur is an innovator who uses processes to challenge existing norms via combinations of new resources and methods in commerce. So mainly this is related with the industry, no? So technopreneurs naman, so these are entrepreneurs, okay, who use technology. Okay, so they use technology as their driven factor in transforming resources into goods and services, creating an environment conducive to industrial growth. Okay, so notice the difference of those two. And when you say technopreneurship, so by a large part, it is still entrepreneurship. So the difference is that technopreneurship is either involved in delivering an innovative high-tech product. So example, we have the Intel processor, or make use of high-tech to deliver to the consumer. For example, eBay or Lazada or Shopee, or both. So for example, we have pharmaceutical companies. So technopreneurship has a high correlation with science and technology. So it promotes the creation of new ventures, preparing entrepreneurs through technopreneurship education, and providing the infrastructure to perpetuate and support new startups and ventures. So may mga program kita subong, the DOFT, and the DTI, may mga programs sila for startups. Yan. So ang government, it supports, no? So the government supports some startups kung sino man ang magdaog, kung sa din mag-invest, no? So the government will help the startups to venture. Okay. So technopreneurship requires strategic thinkers. So this is in order to succeed in a rapidly changing global environment, and of course to achieve long-run sustainable competitive advantage. So what is technology? So this refers to the application of tools, materials, processes, and techniques to human activity. Okay, so it represents, no, the techniques to human activity. So what are the types of technology? So we have here, first we have the information technology. So the use of zeros and ones in digital form on computers, and the use of systems, especially computers and telecommunications, for storing, retrieving, and sending information. So we use this technology, the information technology. So ano ni siya, naging hype ni siya during the pandemic. Okay? And then next we have the biological based technology naman. So those used to create new drugs or clean up pollution. Again, this is hype again during pandemic. The creation of new vaccines. And the third one is mechanically based technology. So these technological developments to the creation of useful machinery or products or those that make pumps or valves. And so the word technology or the phrase technological innovation is not only associated with internet and computer software. It is also about new microorganisms, new devices, new processes, and new products. Diba? If you have heard nanotechnology, yan. So may mga ano pa ganun, no? May mga news nga ang vaccine ko no, may mga ano, may nanotechnology na ako no nga magka-control sa human. I don't know if you believe that. So the use of technology is more prevalent in some industries than in others. So this means that those industries are the ones in which an understanding of technology strategy is important to entrepreneurs and managers. So when you say innovation naman, so it is the process of knowing knowledge to solve a problem. Okay, so innovation is different from invention. Take note of that. Invention is the creation of the product or introduction of a process for the first time, while innovation happens when someone improves on. So meaning existing technology na siya nga gin-improve niya or gin-upgrade niya. So that's what you call innovation. Okay? Or makes a significant contribution to something that has already been invented. So that it applies only for the existing technology. Okay? So the use of knowledge to apply tools, materials, processes, and techniques to come up with new solutions to problems, and it helps. No? So this helps companies to keep up with the competition. And so what are the examples of companies nga nag-compete? In terms of innovation. Yeah? Siguro sa telecommunications, we have Smart, Globe, dito. Diba? So pauna-una na lang innovate sang cell site. Ako 5G na. Kamo saan pa kamo mag 5G? Yan. So technological innovation can be planned or accidental. So planned because many companies invest in research and development, or what we call R&D, with the goal of coming up with an innovative new product or process that will give them an advantage over their competitors. Or it can be accidentally. For example, we have Pfizer. So Pfizer was not looking for a solution to the problem of erectile dysfunction, for example, when it came up with Viagra. Diba? The solution to this problem was merely a side effect discovered in tests of the drug for its intended purpose of treating angina in cardiac patients. So accidentally lang nila na discover. So what are the implications of these technological innovations? So first, technological innovation doesn't have to be profitable. So companies can and do come up with solutions to problems that they can't make any money exploiting. So a big part of technology strategy is coming up with ways to make money from innovation. What else? So there are different of technological innovations. So of course, so they can of knowledge, computer knowledge of biology, new materials. Moreover, in the form of solutions to a variety of different types of problems, from feeding to introducing new products that meet customer needs to facilitating distribution. So ano pa? Next, So there is not, or there is no a direct, no, there is not a direct or one-to-one relationship between technological change and the new products or processes. So some new technologies may lead to only one or even no new products or processes, while others might make possible a very large number of them. So ano pang iba? So there are more, no? But let's take a look for the importance of this technological innovation. So what are the importance of it? So first, we have technological innovation is an important source of value creation. Okay, the application of knowledge to human activity. So this allows for the more efficient production of existing products and services. So meaning the production, production that takes less money or effort. And this allows for the creation of products and services that meet needs, no, that were not previously satisfied. So for example, we have the technological innovation that allows us to provide born victims with artificial skin, right? And makes the cost of transportation cheaper. And so may mga technological innovation kita, so mga drones, so ginagamit na nila for for delivering some, let's say sa mga hospital. So instead of usual nga car or ambulance, or let's say other mode of transportation, so para maka-prevent kita sa traffic, kag maka efficient ang pag-deliver sang sang medicine from another hospital, so they use drones, no, as a transport vehicle. And so another kind or another importance of technological innovation has a profound effect on the creation of wealth for individual entrepreneurs and corporate shareholders. So of course, when you say about creation, so this is the creation of based on innovation. Okay, so innovation. Okay, so this another impact on our life. So can you give example? Ano bala yung mga technological innovation na nag-provide some major impact? Can you cite one? Ano ang mga technological innovation? Do you think our LMS or learning management system is one of the technological innovation? Do you think it improve or it give a major impact sa imo kabuhi as a student? Or how about the online class? Do you think it gives you a major impact than the conventional face-to-face? So the way in which we look for information has been dramatically altered by internet research. So how by the automobile? So no need to transport with a sa bagay ang iban existing pa man or existing man gihapon like a train, di ba? Land-based na transportation, and life expectancy has been greatly lengthened by medical diagnostics and treatment. So these are just some of technological innovation nga hatagid sang great impact. Okay. So technological innovation did not say anything about company needs to develop a strategy to manage innovation, but many observers believe that companies can and should develop technology strategies. And this technology strategy is the approach that takes to obtaining and using technology to achieve a new competitive advantage or defend an existing technology, technology-oriented competitive advantage erosion. So kung na-notice nyo itong mga examples natin na last time, no? So ano yung mga company na hindi nag-innovate, di ba? So although may idea sila pero hindi nila pinursue, just like Kodak, di ba? So kinip nila yung film industry. So di ba kasi ano na parang natakot sila na baka mawala yung film industry. So which is nangyari nga, di ba? Na nag-evolve tayo from analog to digital, di ba? So technology strategy is different from overall business strategy in several important ways. Okay, so first, technology strategy has to deal much more with issues of uncertainty or uncertainty than general business strategy because technological change is highly uncertain. So they don't know what will happen. So it is uncertain for their case. So technological change is very broad and cannot be determined precisely. So you cannot determine. So a very small portion of new technology ideas results in new products or processes. But it is in lower chance lang. Low chance lang. Okay, so that's why there's still a risk, no? When it comes to technological change. So technology strategy involves the use of intellectual property management. Of course, di ba? So you should have your intellectual property rights. So that's why yung may mga may mga technology na naka-patent. So just in case nga not only technology, no, not only devices or but some inventions or let's say recipe, naka-patent yan. Okay? So it can be one of your most valuable assets. So intellectual property has the real potential to create competitive advantage and bring considerable value to an organization when managed appropriately and effectively. So ginatawag natin nga patented yon, naka-patent yung technology na na-invent mo. So meaning when someone copy your design, so you can file a copyright or intellectual property right of that for this case. No? Next, so technology involves the creation of new to the world. Ano yung mga bago ngayon? Ano yung mga bago? Ano yung nabago? And so technological change, of course. So understanding the nature and dynamics of technology, and it recognized as an important driver of productivity growth. Imagine that technology ngayon when it comes to telecommunications. Diba? So from 3G, 4G, LTE, then subong 5G. So kamusta naman yung products natin? Tumaas ba? Nag-improve ba yung market natin when it comes to technological change? And organizations faced with a great deal of technical change that need to be structured. So of course, manage human resources and design business models. So this is to minimize employee resistance and cost to the organization while also maximizing the effectiveness of the change effort. So ang ibang company, they start to retrench. So when say retrenching, parang nagbabawas sila ng empleyado para lang ma-maximize yung resources nila or para ma-maximize lang yung effectiveness ng bawat empleyado sa kanilang organization. So possible yan. But may may compensation yan once na nabilang ka sa once na retrench ka or isa ka sa mga empleyado na na-retrench, so you still have some compensation. So that is mandated by law under the DOLE, no, for the Department of Labor and Employment. And of course, you still have some benefits through SSS. Pero bihira lang naman yan, no? Bihira lang naman mag-retrench ang company. Especially pag pag let's say malapit na ma-bankrupt or kulang na yung budget nila. Kasi parang adihado na. So that's why they retrench, no? So they maximize the effectiveness of the change. Yan. So not only the business models, company models or organization models, no? Yan. Ano pa? So making decisions about technology projects requires the use of different decision-making tools. And so understanding the current state of the organization, so competently envisioning and laying out the desired future state of the organization and implementing the change in an orderly manner. So that's why may mga company, no, or almost all of the companies have mission, vision, and goals. So ano bala ang imo nga what are the goals of your company? What is the vision? Ano yung nakikita mo when it comes to technology? And so nakikita mo bala na kailangan mo nang mag-shift from this old technology to this new technology? And so kailangan flexible yung organization. Dapat willing yung organization mo mag-adapt sa new technology. So for example, let's say yung teacher, di ba? Yung teacher na hindi gumagamit ng laptop or hindi techie, ano nangyari ngayon? So kailangan niya mag-adapt sa technology change, di ba? So yan yung mga technological strategy. So let's say for example sa DepEd, so ano ginagawa nila? So they implement some trainings. Diba? They implement some technical trainings and seminars sa kanilang teachers para maka-adapt or para ma-implement nila yung technological change sa kanilang organization. Yan. So the same with technology projects, no. And of course this requires big decision from the upper position. Ano pa? So we have here, technological change opens up opportunities for new high-growth businesses in ways not possible in other settings. Ayan. So high technology businesses face many strategic issues. Okay. So ano yung mga issues na to? Like standards and increasing returns that are much rarer with low technology businesses since it involves application of new tools, materials, processes, and techniques. So of course, you need some when it comes to high technology not only new tools, no? New tools and new technique in order to adapt. Okay, in order to adapt the high business. So ano yung mga strategic issues? Ito yun, mga resources nila. Kailangan mo mag-adapt sa new tools, materials, processes, techniques. So technological advance begins with basic scientific discoveries and ends with commercial products that are adopted by a wide range of customers. So these are evolutionary patterns of development naman. Ano yung mga paano nag-evolve yung mga yung technology natin. So when new technology is first invented, it emerges in a primitive form in which its usefulness is unclear. Okay. So hindi natin alam kung ano ba yung gamit niyan. Do you think it will be useful after 10 years? Do you think it will be useful after 5 years? Makamasa ba to? User-friendly ba to? And so over time, as the researchers work on the technology, it evolves and develops with its performance improving. Okay, so as the technology gets better, it meets the needs of a wider range of potential customers, and products based on the technology are adopted by more and more users. Example, cellphone. Bagong cellphone. So, anong prefer mo? Kung kung iOS or iPhone yung prefer mo, anong model yung prefer mo? Mas mabilis ba to? This is a lumang version. Kung sa Android version naman or Android OS, anong smartphone yung gusto mo? Samsung ba? Vivo ba? Oppo ba? So, it depends. Di ba? So, it depends on the performance tsaka kung ano yung gusto ng mga customers. So the evolution of technology is not entirely driven by scientific advance. Of course, so social, economic, and political the path. Diba? So some political forces, let's say, bawal yung Apple dito sa country namin. So puro lang kami Android dito. And economic, just like the US and the China. Diba? So naka-sanction na yung China sa US. So hindi pwede yung mga cell site na yung mga cell site like Huawei, mga manufacturer. Hindi pwede dito sa US kasi nakikita namin na baka ma-espiya nyo kami and then social and so on. So most technological innovation is incremental. Of course, increasing siya, and involves small improvements to existing technologies. And so a good example of an incremental innovation is what we have, the Intel's 486 microprocessor. So this microprocessor was faster than previous generations of Intel's product. But the changes that made it faster represented relatively small improvements to its basic technology. So ano na ngayon yung microprocessor na pinakamabilis? So do we have di ba? Supercomputer. We have supercomputer now. So what are the technology change? So yun yung isa sa mga technology change, no? Diba? So another technology change, so over time, so technological innovation is radical and involves a fundamentally new way of solving a problem. And so a good example of radical technology is the digital camera, diba? So which is based on fundamentally different technical principles from traditional chemical film technology, diba? Instant na. Unlike before, sa mga film sang film pa ang camera, you will need to wait for at least 30 minutes or 1 hour para ma-develop. Di ba? Ma-develop siya at saka ma-transfer siya sa into a paper. While subong, digital camera na, isa lang ka-click sa cellphone, automatically you have a digital copy of your photo. Then, print mo na siya sa printer. So, ara na. Automatic, ara na dahil ni mga picture, ni mga photo. And, ayan, no? So we have here some radical technologies that have changed markets. So aspirin, internet, your personal digital assistants, your automobile, jet airplane, superconductor, beta blockers, medical diagnostic imaging, your television, your computer, your mobile telephone, your smartphone, or transistor, and microprocessors, video cassette recorder. Hindi na uso yan, di ba? Yung mga video cassette recorder. Yung mga tapes, di ba? Fiber optics, yan. Stereography, genetic engineering, and you, of course, your personal computers, yan, or laptops. Ano pa? Ano yung pinagkaiba nila? When you say incremental innovation, so this exploits existing technology. While in radical innovation, you explore new technology. And sa incremental, you have low uncertainty. While in radical, you have high uncertainty. Because this is new technology. So of course, you have very high uncertainty. So you don't know if your technology will click sa masa. Yeah. Then incremental focuses on cost or feature improvements in existing products or services, processes, marketing, or business model. While in radical, it focuses on processes, products, or services with unprecedented performance features. May mga bagong features yan. Like ngayon, 4 na yung camera sa cellphone ko. 5 na ngayon o 6 na ngayon. And so on. And incremental naman improves competitiveness within current markets or industries. While in radical, it creates a dramatic change that transforms existing markets or industries or create new ones. Ito yung di ba? So, nawala na si Nokia. Ayan. Yeah. So, of new technology. So, it completes with measure of effort. And so that's it for today's discussion. So I hope you learned something. Do you have some questions, clarifications before we end?
Okay naman, sir.
Okay, so walang questions, clarifications. So before we end, though, I will leave to you your activity 2. It's already posted in Moodle naman. Moodle. your LMS. So the due date will be on next week, March 8. Meron pang hindi nakapag-submit ng activity 1. So I extend ko yung due date into next week then. So please submit. Dalawa pa lang yung nakasubmit. So and recording. One upload